Goat farming is one of the most rewarding agricultural businesses in Kenya. Many people start with only a few goats and gradually build profitable livestock enterprises that provide regular income throughout the year. Goats are easy to manage compared to many other farm animals, require less land than cattle, and can adapt to different climatic conditions across the country. Whether you live in a rural area with large grazing fields or on a small piece of land near a town, goat farming can become a reliable source of income when managed properly. The demand for goat products in Kenya continues to increase every year. Goat meat is highly valued by many communities and is commonly served during celebrations, weddings, religious events, and family gatherings. Goat milk is also gaining popularity because many consumers believe it is easier to digest than cow milk. Besides meat and milk, farmers can earn money by selling breeding stock, manure, and young goats. This makes goat farming a business with several income streams rather than depending on a single product. Before starting goat farming, it is important to understand why you want to keep goats. Some farmers focus on meat production, while others focus on milk production. Some farmers raise goats for breeding purposes and sell quality breeding animals to other farmers. Understanding your goal helps you choose the right breeds, feeding system, housing design, and management practices. Starting without a clear plan often leads to unnecessary expenses and poor results. One of the first steps in starting a goat farming business is selecting a suitable location. Goats need a clean environment with access to water and enough feed resources. The farm should be secure to protect animals from theft and predators. Easy access to roads is also important because it makes transporting animals and farm supplies easier. A location near veterinary services can be an advantage because professional help is available when needed. The next step is selecting the right breed. Different breeds perform differently depending on your goals. Farmers interested in meat production often choose Boer goats because they grow quickly and develop large muscles. Boer goats are among the most popular meat goat breeds in Kenya. Gala goats are another good option because they are hardy and can survive in dry regions where feed resources may be limited. Indigenous goats such as the small East African goat are also popular because they are well adapted to local conditions and require less intensive management. For dairy farming, breeds such as Toggenburg, Alpine, and Saanen are commonly preferred. These breeds can produce significant amounts of milk when provided with proper nutrition and healthcare. Dairy goats are especially suitable for farmers who want a regular source of income because milk can be sold daily. Many farmers also use crossbreeding programs to combine desirable characteristics from different breeds. For example, crossing local goats with improved dairy breeds can produce animals that are both productive and adaptable. Housing is another important aspect of successful goat farming. A good goat house protects animals from rain, strong winds, excessive heat, and diseases. Goats generally dislike wet conditions and perform better in dry environments. The housing structure should allow adequate ventilation while keeping animals safe and comfortable. Many successful farmers build raised goat houses with slatted floors. This design allows manure and urine to fall through the floor, helping to maintain cleanliness and reduce disease risks. Space requirements should also be considered when constructing housing. Overcrowding can lead to stress, disease transmission, and poor growth rates. Adult goats should have enough room to move comfortably. Pregnant does require additional space, while young kids need separate areas where they can be protected from larger animals. Feeders and water containers should be positioned to minimize contamination and wastage. Feeding is one of the most critical factors in goat farming. Healthy goats require a balanced diet that provides energy, protein, minerals, vitamins, and clean water. Many Kenyan farmers rely on pasture grazing, but supplementary feeding is often necessary to achieve better productivity. Goats enjoy browsing and naturally feed on leaves, shrubs, grasses, and various plants. This browsing behavior allows them to utilize feed resources that other livestock may not consume. Farmers can grow fodder crops such as Napier grass, Brachiaria grass, lucerne, and Boma Rhodes grass. Tree legumes such as Caliandra and Lucina provide valuable protein supplements. During dry seasons when fresh forage is scarce, hay and silage can help maintain feed availability. Providing mineral supplements and salt licks is also important because they support growth, reproduction, and overall health. Water is often overlooked by beginner farmers, yet it is essential for goat production. Goats need clean water every day. Lactating dairy goats require even more water because milk production depends heavily on adequate hydration. Water shortages can reduce feed intake, slow growth, and lower milk yields. Farmers should therefore ensure that a reliable water source is available throughout the year. The amount of money required to start goat farming varies depending on the scale of operation. A small farmer may begin with 5 breeding does and 1 buck. Depending on the breed and location, the initial investment can range from approximately 110,000 Kenyan shillings to 270,000 Kenyan shillings when housing, fencing, feeding equipment, and veterinary expenses are included. Starting small allows beginners to gain experience before expanding their operations. Health management is another key factor that determines success in goat farming. Disease outbreaks can quickly destroy profits if preventive measures are not taken. Farmers should establish vaccination schedules and follow veterinary recommendations. Regular deworming helps control internal parasites, which are common in goats. External parasites such as ticks should also be controlled through appropriate treatments and farm hygiene practices. Some of the diseases that affect goats in Kenya include pest des petits ruminants, contagious caprine pleurope pneumonia, foot rot, mastitis, and worm infestations. Farmers should monitor their animals daily and watch for signs such as loss of appetite, coughing, diarrhea, weakness, nasal discharge, or unusual behavior. Early detection and treatment often prevent small problems from becoming major losses. Breeding management plays a major role in determining the profitability of a goat farm. Farmers should use healthy breeding animals with desirable characteristics. Bucks should come from reputable breeders and should not be closely related to the does. Inbreeding can reduce productivity and increase the likelihood of genetic problems. Good breeding records help farmers track parentage and make better breeding decisions. One advantage of goat farming is the relatively high reproductive rate. Many does give birth to twins, and some may produce triplets under good management conditions. This allows herd numbers to grow quickly. Farmers who manage breeding carefully can increase production while maintaining herd quality. Proper nutrition during pregnancy and after kidding is essential for both the mother and the young kids. Young kids require special care during the first few weeks of life. They should receive colostrum shortly after birth because it contains antibodies that help protect them against diseases. The kidding area should be clean, dry, and warm. Farmers should monitor kids closely to ensure they are feeding properly and growing well. Early health interventions can significantly improve survival rates. Record keeping is often overlooked by small-scale farmers, but it is one of the most valuable management tools available. Records help farmers track income, expenses, breeding performance, health treatments, and growth rates. Without records, it becomes difficult to determine whether the business is making a profit. Even a simple notebook can provide valuable information that supports better decision-making. Marketing should be planned before production reaches commercial levels. Farmers who wait until animals are ready for sale often struggle to find buyers. Building relationships with livestock traders, butcheries, hotels, restaurants, and fellow farmers can create reliable markets. Social media platforms also provide opportunities to promote breeding stock and other goat products to potential customers across the country. The profitability of goat farming depends on management quality, market access, and production goals. A farmer who combines meat production, milk sales, breeding stock sales, and manure sales often achieves higher returns than someone relying on a single product. Goat manure is particularly valuable because it improves soil fertility and can be sold to crop farmers. This creates an additional income stream while supporting sustainable agriculture. Many successful goat farmers begin with modest investments and expand gradually over time. Instead of purchasing large numbers of animals immediately, they focus on improving management skills and herd quality. As experience grows, profits can be reinvested into better housing, improved breeding stock, additional land, and feed production systems. This approach reduces risk and supports sustainable growth. There are also several common mistakes that new farmers should avoid. Purchasing goats without proper research is a major mistake. Choosing poor quality breeding stock can limit future productivity. Ignoring disease prevention often leads to unnecessary losses. Poor feeding practices reduce growth rates and milk production. Overcrowding animals increases stress and disease risks. Lack of record keeping makes it difficult to evaluate business performance. Avoiding these mistakes can significantly improve the chances of success. Technology is increasingly transforming livestock farming in Kenya. Farmers now use mobile applications to monitor animal health, track breeding records, access market information, and communicate with buyers. Digital platforms can help farmers identify profitable opportunities and stay informed about industry developments. Embracing useful technologies can improve efficiency and competitiveness. Climate change is another factor that farmers should consider. Irregular rainfall patterns can affect pasture availability and water supplies. Farmers can reduce these risks by growing drought-tolerant fodder crops, conserving hay and silage, harvesting rainwater, and adopting efficient feeding systems. Planning ahead helps ensure that animals continue receiving adequate nutrition during challenging periods. Goat farming offers excellent opportunities for young people, women, and smallholder farmers. The business requires relatively low startup capital compared to many other agricultural enterprises. It can be started on a small scale and expanded gradually. With proper planning, good management, and consistent learning, goat farming can provide a steady source of income and contribute to household food security. The future of goat farming in Kenya remains promising. Growing demand for meat, milk, and breeding stock continues to create opportunities for farmers across the country. By selecting suitable breeds, constructing proper housing, providing balanced nutrition, maintaining good health practices, and developing reliable markets, farmers can build successful and profitable goat farming enterprises. Whether your goal is supplementary income or a full-time agricultural business, goat farming can be a practical and rewarding investment when approached with commitment, patience, and sound management practices.